big congratulations to everybody on board because I can to some extent say you have actually taken the first step to becoming self-independent when it comes to running your businesses as a solo.
Please, can we all hear him?
Not too clearly, but I can hear him.
Okay, I'm having the same problem too. So that's why I
Okay,
was asking.
okay. Am I a bit audible now?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay, okay. So first, congratulations to everyone who has actually in one way or the other set up their own systems. And that invariably simply suggests that there are more persons who are going to take the travel space in no time. So tonight, or Nigerian time as it seems, and on my own part here, it's still noon. So good afternoon and good evening over there. So what we're doing basically tonight is are going to we are going to learn how to use the system, how to truly get to use the system, and after that now we are going to learn one or two ways of making money from the system outside the conventional way, and we are still going to learn how to market the system or the fastest way to actually gain traction and gain popularity when it comes to the service. And we are still going to learn lastly, though the last part of this will only be discussed here. Persons or people who will be joining subsequently might not know how to do this. We are going to learn how to get return ticket for as low as $100. Now, for times you have to buy a return ticket, and you actually don't want to pay for the return ticket because most return tickets, most of the clients don't want to come back. I don't understand the Japa syndrome. I'm also in Nigeria. I left Nigeria not too long, so I keep coming and going back. Not if I reside in Nigeria at the time, but I do understand. The first time I left Nigeria to the US, I went, so I don't want to come back. So the sequence have always been when people get to maybe people are going for vacation or going for tourism or going for maybe a casual visit to some of the Western world. The ideal thing is, or what is always on their mind is they don't want to come back. So you now as an agent or as an OTA, online traveling agent, we are going to learn how you are going to make money from that venture. So if you got clients who get to buy ticket and they don't want to come back, you necessarily don't have to book the return tickets and you don't have to refund the money to the client. That money is yours. You know how to do that. And if the client doesn't have the return ticket, there's no how he or she will board flights at the airport because the airport, after checking the state of the visa, we ask where's the return ticket. So I'll get to teach us on what to do so that you get the return ticket for as low as $100, regardless the location of the
Sorry, sir, I'm struggling to hear you.
Me
Okay, can
too.
you hear me now? Oh, I think maybe it's my head.
Okay, it's better now.
Okay, so I'm not using the headphone
Yes,
anymore.
yes, this
So
is better.
lastly, now I said we are going to learn how to explore explore return ticket and see how we are going to make money from it. Because most return tickets are not returned because the client or the applicant or the customer who is buying that ticket does not intend to come back. For instance, someone who has a visiting visa to Canada or UK or United States of America, as it seems, majority of them we know because of the jackpot syndrome, they just want to explore those windows and most likely not come back. But you as an agent, what will you do? Or what do you have to do at the time? So lastly we are going to learn how you are going to appropriate return tickets and make money from return tickets. So if a client said is not coming back and you just have to get return tickets, you necessarily don't have to book the ticket. All you need is just $100 from whatever destination to whatever destination is going for. Whether there are 10 persons, whether there are 50 persons, whether there are 100 persons on that same return ticket, you'll possibly get to learn how to bypass that and not pay for the return ticket. So first, we are going to use Matt Wendy Fly for our practicals tonight. And I think that should be Madam Away's website.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Okay, so that's nice. So Matt Wendy is going to point of call for the practical. So let's visit our website. Matt Wendy Fly. I think the name sounds kind of Matt Wendy. Yeah, so I'll be sharing. Let me just share my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay.
Can't see it yet. Or maybe I'm not doing something.
Your screen is not showing, sir.
Not
Okay,
showing, sir.
I'm coming. Let me. Okay, okay.
Okay, yes,
Is
it's
it-
showing now.
It's showing now. Okay, great. So this is a Matt Wendy site. Okay, now we are going to learn how to use the front end. This part you can see is the front end. So this is where the customer will see everything about the system happens here. So when customers come to the system, here's where they see. And before we delve into that now, I'll first get to start from explaining from the top. The first instance is the system is multilingual, so it comes in several languages. So as you can see on the screen, we have Turkish, we have Russian, we have Philippine, we have Korean, Indonesia, French, Spanish, English, German. So it's truly multilingual. So in that case now, it simply fosters globalization, creating an avalanche opportunity for clients all over the world to buy from you, right? So and outside that now, the system is also multi-currency. So outside the language, it's also multi-currency. So these are all the languages. So these are all the currencies, and you can still add more. We are going to learn how to add more currencies to this existing currency pairs, so that if peradventure you want to support other nations, usually for most traveling websites, there are usually 3 to 4 currencies. Basically, the United States dollar, the Great British pound, the euro, and the home currency of that agent. But for our own system, we did it in such a way that even if you want to take payment from all the currencies in the world, you can actually do that. And beyond that, also now, the system is also designed to give you an opportunity to conduct what is known as B2E. So this part you are saying is the B2E, the supplier. So when we talk about B2E, in Nigeria, for instance, now, there are some airlines that are not part of the IATA program. Basically, Arik Air, for some of us who know Arik Air are
Yeah.
not part of the IATA program. So if you are a partner of Arik Air, what do? You still want to say Arik Air because Arik Air are not part of IATA program. So all you need to do at the time is you just have to add Arik Air manually. So this is where airlines who are not part of the IATA program, they can sign up with you and sell their itinerary directly on your own system. You get that now. Now the next is
Yes.
the agents. Agents are other traveling agents. Other traveling agents, other businesses can also sign up with you to be getting commission. So the system is not designed for you to sell to your clients alone. You're supposed to sell to other traveling agents. So all you need to do at the time is conceal the information. Tell other traveling agents that you have a platform where they can also make money. So in order for them to make money from your platform, they should just sign up on your platform. So when the traveling agents sign up on your platform, they are going to get the ticket cheaper than the customer. I will get to explain that when we get to the back end. So one, the system is designed for B2E, other enterprises. It's also designed to accommodate B2B, other traveling agents, affiliates, other partners, anybody who wants to sell tickets. And instead of them coming to buy the Trustify white label like the one you are using now, they can easily just get to sign up as an agent with you. Now, the next is the sign up here and the login here are for customers. So your customers can sign up, your customers can log in. So let's take, for instance, now I want to sign up as an agent at the Matwendi platform. All I need is just for me to click sign up. So when I get to click sign up, a page will open where I'm going to fill my details. Then I'm going to enter all of my details. So if you can see my screen, you can see there is first name, there is last name, there is phone, there is email, there's password. Now, in the case of the account type, I have to choose. So since I'm signing up as an agent, I'll select agent. If I'm signing up as a supplier, maybe as an airline company, I'll select supplier. And if I'm signing up as a customer, I'll select customer. So once all of these informations are collated and filled, the client will be registered successfully, and him or her will be able to sell tickets on your behalf. So we are going to look at how the agents make money, how the enterprises like Arik Air, Dana Air, how they get to make money. You get that now. So we are going to look at that. So now, after that interface now, the next most important thing is the flight search bar. So this part you are seeing now is a flight search bar. So when client comes to buy tickets from you, one thing you should always note is tickets makes money, but ticket comes with so much risks. There are so much risks. For instance, and even a constant instance, there's a partner in Port Harcourt in Nigeria. Let me just share our own case study. It even happened today. She sold a ticket sometimes about 3 weeks ago, and she made a profit of 200,000. Just to tell you that ticket is risky. So now it was actually a one-way ticket, so she made 200,000 from it. Then the client in question now decided that they want to return, right? So they now paid her for the return. Instead of her to book from the platform, she did not get to book. Instead of her to get other sources to cushion for the return, she didn't do anything. And the clients were supposed to travel today Nigerian time, right? So she was now chatting as at past 12 noon that they said the clients will not be able to fly because the clients need a return ticket. But she never made effort for the return ticket. And the ticket in question is 3.7 million. Now,
Jesus.
her clients are not able to fly.
Wow, is this a joke?
3.7 million. Wow.
What?
Yeah, it was actually a flight ticket to Saskatchewan in Canada. So it was a man, his daughter, and his mom. We sold the ticket 3 weeks ago. She made 200,000. Like I could say, she even sent something to me that she used it to buy burger. Now I will say that trouble for buying burger. So now though we did our best, but the situation has been ameliorated. So what we did was we needed to get a return ticket. Do we understand that now?
Yes.
And for us to get that ticket now, the return ticket would have been 4 million. If at all we were supposed to buy the return ticket for 4 million, because this is just 3 hours to departure. So if they don't get the return ticket, Egypt Air said they are not carrying them. Right. So now the client in question have paid her before. She have spent the money.
Okay.
So now where will she get 4 million? Because now if she doesn't get the return ticket, the clients will ask for full refund for both 3.7 million plus 4 million. That is 7.7 million. So, but since she's our partner, we are not encouraging partners to do this because it's illegal. It's not right, right? But we needed to step in so that she doesn't get into a more bigger trouble. So what we did was that is the last thing we'll be learning. We got her a ticket for $100. So you learn how to do that, right? So we got her a ticket for $100, but such tickets will expire after 7 days. Do we see that?
Yes.
Yeah, so in 7 days' time, the clients will not be able to use that ticket. But the good news is, if they get to check at the airport, the ticket is valid. Do we understand that? So before they get to Canada, they will get to Canada in the next day. So if they get to Canada again, by the time they get to Montreal airport where they are checking out, if they check the ticket again, the ticket is still valid. But in 7 days' time, the ticket is not valid anymore. But the client in question, so they don't have plans of returning. Do we get that? So, but the 4 million on the return now, whatever she did with the money, that is our money now. but because we're able to find a way to get return ticket for as low as $100. So we are going to explain that. So that is what we'll be learning at the end. So, but one thing you should note is any mistake you make at the time of booking can cost you millions.
Sure.
Mistakes like spelling somebody's name wrongly. That's why ticketing agents or officers are always known to be absolutely careful.
Nigeria is so funny. Madam Ngozi, please mute yourself.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like he's having network issue. Let's just give him a little time.
Yes, yes. Yes, ma'am.
We are learning a lot here.
Yeah, thank God. Thank you. Thank God. Thank God for this opportunity. I'm so grateful. I'll
Yeah.
forever be grateful for it.
Thank God
Yeah,
for it.
can you guys hear me now?
All right.
Sorry, my
Yeah, welcome back,
can you
sir.
hear me now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now. So to what I'm saying, if you can see my screen, can you see my screen?
We can see your screen, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
Me,
yeah.
I'm
So
not seeing the screen. Oh.
I guess you're using a smaller device. Can you just maybe zoom in or something? Or zoom out rather. Okay, now. So in a bit now, what I'll say, you have to be extremely careful. Ticketing can take you to prison. So it's not for things, there are not things to be toyed with. I once knew of a case where someone actually bought tickets. Can you guys hear me?
We're with you, sir.
Yes.
Okay, now,
Yes.
yeah.
We can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So I could remember a case where someone actually got a ticket. It was the first class ticket. And for the first class ticket was to the client at that time was going to New York. So he got a first class ticket. The cost of the ticket equivalent in Nigerian naira was 11 million. Do we get that now? So on that ticket, he made 3 million naira as profit. But now, unknowingly to him now, he actually got a ticket that has transit visa. And the client in question that he was getting the ticket for needed to attend a conference that they want to give him an award. So now he got a ticket that has transit visa, and the program was to be the next day. It was supposed to be the next day. So the man was to leave, and the next day is going to take is going for the program where they'll be giving him an award. So now, when he got to the airport the day of his departure, he was told that he won't be able to fly because the airline will be passing through Dublin. Do we get that now? I know that requires transit visa. Now, in that
Yes.
case, now, where is he going to get the next available 11 million to buy another ticket to start traveling? So what he did, because he was influential, he was very rich, he just left the airport quietly and took SARS. Then SARS in Nigeria was still one of the reigning forces then, and just went and picked the agent and left him in prison, in cell rather, for like 3 weeks without anybody knowing. So ticketing is delicate, but ticketing can make you rich. Remember, if he has done the right thing, he made 3 million from that ticket. So in less than 2 minutes, in less than 5 minutes, you can make fortune and you can also get into trouble. But in order for us to
Oh, this is our network today as well.
It is well. Oh. This network.
Oh, this network. How are we going to handle this?
I don't have an idea.
Yeah, let's see whether we'll have him back. We'll discuss. Hello, sir.
Yeah,
He's back.
sorry, network has been so bad at my end. Okay, now,
Well,
because calls keep coming in and all, but I think that has been resolved now. So in a bit now, ticketing is very delicate. You have to be extremely careful, too careful, and you must understand a bit of fair rules. It's a lucrative one. There is so much money in ticketing. Many persons who are into ticketing have made fortune out of it, amassed wealth for themselves. But if you don't have explicit knowledge around it, at the issue, you could just get yourself into trouble day in, day out, and that will not be too good for your business. So first, this is the front end where the customer comes to buy. So there are three basic questions you must ask your customer. Let's say the customer walks into your office and he wants to buy tickets. The first three questions you ask is, where are you going to? So when he tells you where he's going to, you now ask, what type of visa do you have? Because some of these guys don't even know anything. They know they are going to China. Now, in going to China, some of them don't know that they require return ticket. They don't know anything. So it's pre-believed that you are the consultant. So you should ask all the questions and provide all the necessary assistance they need to get their desired success. So if you know where they are going to, you ask for the kind of visas. So the following kind of visas require return tickets. Now, for everyone who is getting a tourist or visitor visa, there must be return tickets. So even if he's going to Canada for 6 months to stay, he or she must get return tickets. And one thing you should note is the return ticket must not exceed more than 5 months. Do you get that? And because one of your clients can tell you, I'm going to Canada to stay for 6 months. So because they're going to Canada to stay for 6 months, they'll want you to give them return ticket for 6 months. But if you get to give them ticket for 6 months, they will not allow them to fly because he or she has 6 months to stay. So why do you want to use the whole of the 6 months in Canada, for instance? So you now advise your client, if you are holding a visitor visa and the total duration of time you have to stay is 6 months, then you actually have to get it less, either 3 or 4 months, right? So even if the client wants to come in 6 months' time, by the time he or she must have flight, you could either elongate the tickets or you could actually change the return date for the ticket, though the client will pay a few funds, but it's better than after booking for everything, the clients decide not to go. Like for instance, there's a partner in Lagos. The clients were going to China, but now it might not look like his fault, but he paid the money. So the clients were going to China. They were going to a place called Hangzhou in China. But because they are novice, they are not expert, they don't even know where they're going. Their destination is Hangzhou. So they told the partner that they are going to Guangzhou. So you can say it's almost similar, right? Now, the partner got them a return ticket for to China. I think the total cost for that ticket was about 6 million. I think it was approximate 6 million. Now, when he got them, because there were three, now look at some mistakes we should avoid. The clients are traveling by 12 noon, let's take for instance today, and they came to buy the ticket 8 a.m. Do we get that? Now you can say there's just 4 hours to departure, so it's kind of an emergency flight. Now they paid, the ticket was issued. Now, sometimes around 10 a.m., the clients now got back and said that they are not going again, that they have changed their mind, that the way they are feeling is like something bad will happen to them. You get that now?
Problem.
That she just
What?
that she's just having
Ah.
this mixed feeling that there might be a crash at 10
Ah.
a.m.
Voila.
Hmm.
Voila.
Now the client happened to be a redeemed member. He said, "I pray for you. There's no crash." You must say, "I'm not interested."
Hey.
that she's not interested. That they need their money, and get the client has actually paid 5.7 million. What they paid the client was 6.7 million. So he made about 8 to 900K on that ticket. So he's happy. He doesn't want to lose his almost 1 million that he made. Then he now asked the client, he said, "Don't worry, because of you, every crash in the air is averted." The woman said, "Amen." And when the man was not
Amen.
paying, he said, "Should I send my bank account?" And he said,
Ah.
Now that is why clients will be clients. So in your dealings, you need legal backing. You might not consult a legal practitioner. Tell your client this ticket is not refundable. Let the client sign, especially for those who are walk-in. For clients who came into your office or came to meet you at your business space, you just have to legalize your dealings. If any client gets to buy online, you are safe. If they buy from your website without having contact with you, then you are free. That is their own error. That is their own mistake. You get that now. But in the case where a
Yeah.
client walks up to your office and said, "Please, I want to book tickets," you need to be double sure, because if anything goes wrong, they know your office, they will get police to arrest you, they will constitute nuisance, and they are probably not going to tell the truth. They'll say they need their money back, they don't hear anything. So if you don't get legal support, ticketing can send you to sale. God forbid, that's not a portion. So you have to prepare
Yeah.
yourself adequately. Go get legal. You might not need so much of a legal person, but get it, even if it's a short note or document. Now, the client rights system, I consent that this ticket I'm buying it under every condition, healthily. That there's blah blah blah. I'm not going to come back for refunds. I'm not going to, because imagine that one. Okay, you came in the morning. She was to travel by 12. They got a ticket for 12. She bought the ticket at 8 a.m. Between 8 a.m. to 12 noon, it's 4 hours. In 2 hours time, you came that you're having a feeling that there'll be a crash.
It's all right.
What kind of feeling is
And do you know there was no crash? Because that
happy?
day, even when they told me out, we were all looking at the news, watching the plane, thinking that it would crash.
God.
But we are
Yeah.
grateful. The plane arrived successfully. Everybody was fine. Now, who is going to
Thank
pay 6.7 million? The agent. And the way the woman was acting, the man needed to go and borrow money.
Yeah.
So you have to get yourself, you have to protect yourself. You don't just have to, no, by the time you look at the profit, like, wow, you mean I'll just make 1 million? Only you know this, but you have to protect what? Yourself, because clients, when you go into trouble, they are not your friends.
you.
And most of the troubles, they are the ones who will create them for you. So you need legal papers, let them sign. It's not for walk-in. Wherever that gets put on your website, you don't have issues with that. That's not of your concern. Whatever happens to them is their business. But the ones that are coming to your office or you are coming to your business areas, you have to ensure that you are fully guarded by laws with signatures to show. You get that? And because clients, if I get to the few times we have been issuing, some of the stories partners have told us, they are unbelievable stories. Because how can you tell me a plane wants to crash? If the plane wants to crash, how is that the partner's fault? Go
I
fix the
wonder.
crashing
Hey,
plane
may God
yourself.
divert such clients away from my side too.
Amen.
Amen.
Ah.
Eh,
You can see that now. So
you have to be extremely careful. Now, another instance was a client was going to a place. The client was actually traveling. It was a Soto ticket. The client is in Sydney in Australia. Was going to a city called Lagos. There's a city called Lagos in Canada. Do you get that now? So now,
Yeah.
because the client was not so explicit, he told the agent Sydney to Lagos. And what will come to the agent's mind or the partner's mind? It's not Lagos in Nigeria.
Yes.
It's Lagos in Nigeria because apparently that's what will come to the partner's mind. The man
Yes.
said, I'm in Sydney. I need a plane going to Lagos. The man,
Jesus.
out of joy and excitement, went and booked Sydney to Lagos, Nigeria. That's why you need to
Jesus.
ask questions. If a client says he's going to London, there is London in United Kingdom. There's still London in South Africa.
South Africa.
So some of these clients don't know. They can just say, I'm going to London. Can you just give me a ticket to London? Ask questions.
Hey.
That is why it's expected geographically you should be astute around cities. You don't need to cram that. Google is there for you. Go and Google it. So that you don't run into trouble. Now watch it. He issued the ticket. The man got he got to the airport, he was checked in, he even boarded the flight. And all of a sudden saw himself in Lagos, Nigeria, instead of Canada.
Jesus.
And you feel if that client you catch the agent, you feel they are going to be friends.
At all. At all.
Now, to make issues worse, the partner is in Lagos. So the man also, since he has the partner and the man are friends, right? So now, since he knew this mistake as that, he now called the friend, I'm in Ikeja, where are you? So the partner now was joyful, my friend has arrived, let me go and greet. As he was going there, there were police waiting for him.
Jesus. Surely they are friends. Why did you do it?
It's Lagos now.
When they
Lagos.
arrested him, so the man said that he gave him a false ticket, that the ticket is fake. He was going to Lagos in Canada. What is he doing here? He's seeing black people, not white people. The man said, it was Lagos you told me. He said, I told you Lagos. I was not lying. The client is not lying. The partner is not lying. But he said Lagos. Which of the Lagos?
Hey. Ask questions, though. Ask questions. I'm just reminding myself, sorry.
So now you have to, especially if you have working clients, the money is juicy, you will see money, but you can still run into trouble. Do you know he needed to pay for 2 tickets? He paid for the ticket back to Sydney. I now paid for the ticket for Sydney, from Sydney to Canada. It's Lagos in Canada.
Jesus, at his own expense.
Because police have arrested him. The man said he needs to go because he has a function to attend in Lagos in Canada. So if you don't ask questions, trust me, when you run into troubles, your clients don't know you, even if they're your relative. The woman that said the plane will crash is his younger brother that booked the ticket. His younger brother is our partner.
Okay.
So she's the elder sister. But when this is money we are talking about, people don't care when money is involved. There is no religion, there is no relationship.
There's no relationship.
So you have to be extremely careful, because if you're not, you will run into trouble. So now another error again is do not spell outside the data page of the passport.
Not spell outside the data.
Do not
spell outside the informations that are contained in the data page of the client's passport. That's why if a client said he wants to book, you request for data page, especially for walk-in, the ones that either chatted you on WhatsApp or came to your office. The reason is because some of them, the name on their passport is not the name they will tell you. So now, for instance, watch it. What validates the name of everybody is their surname. Any other name if you like, don't put any other, but surname is important. So if you now mistake first name for surname, you are still in trouble.
Jesus.
Because someone can tell you, say, okay, hello sir, we want to book the ticket. He said his name is Johnson Suleiman. Johnson is his first name. Suleiman is his surname. If you go and put Johnson where you're supposed to put Suleiman, they will check the ticket. The ticket is not valid. The client will tell you, I've checked, this ticket you gave me is false. Whereas it's not false. It's just an error. You get that now. So now you request for data page. And don't assume you can spell the client's name. Don't assume, is it not Johnson? His own Johnson might not be S-O-N. His own might be S-E-N. His own might be S-I-N. So now, but you can like, is it not Johnson? If the Johnson is wrong, the Johnson will not fly.
Hey. Admission of a mistake of I instead of will not fly.
And if the Johnson does not fly, where will the Johnson come to?
Me.
Straight to your office. And
Johnson will go
come.
and locate Matt Wendy.
Oh God.
You get that now. So when Johnson comes, it's not going to be calm. Most likely, if it's coming with police. I know of the case. The woman, her children are thugs. So she goes to Italy to buy wares, to buy bags, to buy shoes. So she was given, there was a mistake on her ticket. The moment she told the children, they did not even wait to know what the issue is. They just went there and started beating the man.
Jesus. That's serious.
It might look funny, but it's not. You just have to be extremely careful. Because this is, they are just, if you are careful, you will not run into problem. At least I've been issuing for the past 5 years. I've never once had any of these occurrences. I only heard about them. People share their experiences. It's because I get to put safety measures in place. So all the measures I need, the things I need to get in place, I ensure that they are what in place. So that adverts problem. So for you also now, one of the mistakes traveling and ticketing officers make, one is spelling errors, two is location error, like the Lagos in Nigeria and Lagos in Canada. There's Sydney in Canada, there's Sydney in Australia. Can you see that? So now the client might tell you, I'm going to Sydney. There's Regina in Canada, there's still Regina in Netherlands. You won't know all of these things. So if you don't get to ask questions, when a client say Regina, you ask which of the Regina, which nation, which country. And another error that clients make, agents make is most clients feel they are going to Canada. So because they are going to Canada, they tell you, just get me ticket from Lagos to Canada. Lagos to Canada, there's no ticket as Canada. So in Canada, there are more than 6 airports. So where in Canada are you going? You need to be specific. Don't just assume since it's Canada, because the client might be going to Saskatchewan, the client might be going to Nova Scotia, the client might be going to Montreal, might be going to Toronto. You need to ask questions. So if you ask questions, you can't run into trouble because you'll be safe. So if anything goes wrong, you know the client, you sought his consent and he approved it. That's I ask questions with document to show. Yeah. Ask questions with documents to show. Don't just that, because when the client goes into trouble, the client will deny saying that. Do you know?
Yes.
Majority of them say, did I tell you in Sydney I was going? I said Sydney. Did I tell you? He was one who said he's going to Sydney in Canada. So when things goes wrong, he will deny. And mind you, the law will always support your client. I know the traveling space is always assumed to be a space for scam. They say, most people say, that's what they used to do. Officer, lock her up. God forbid.
God forbid.
Officer, lock her up. Lock her up. I remember the very funny case. Every time I remember this case, it's so funny. A partner of ours, she's in Ghana. She's a female, right? So now, a client asked her to book a Soto ticket. Soto in the sense that the client is in the client is not in Ghana. The client at the time, the client is in Paris. You get that now? So the client now wants to travel from Paris to Canada. Because this mistake for me, I feel it shouldn't be. They are just minute things that should not even occur. So now, because the client chatted her with Ghana number, so she assumed that this client is in Ghana.
Try.
And she went ahead to book for Accra to Canada.
Try.
She paid, even
Try.
joyfully, she paid money, she was happy. So the client was a busy client. So when she sent the ticket, the client did not even bother checking until 24 hours later. When the client checked, the client was like, what is this? I live in Paris. I don't stay in Accra. So if in order for her not to waste the funds on that ticket, she needed to book ticket for the client from Paris to Accra, then Accra to Canada.
Jesus.
Can you see that? So never assume. Don't feel, whatever you feel is wrong. Whatever you are thinking is not correct.
Obviously.
So you might be thinking, I think this client is in Ghana. It's not. Whatever you feel is not correct. Whatever you are thinking, you are wrong. So let the client decide. Let the client see all of these things. So that is the first thing. Before you get to book, share the itinerary with your clients.
Okay.
So when you search, screenshot it, or send the link, tell your client, this is the ticket. Let the client check. Do you get that now?
Yes.
So if the client checks,
Honey, if I
then
don't see this thing from you,
then most of the problems will be averted. Another issue clients always have is stopover and layover. Now, some clients actually want to arrive their destination on time. One thing you should know is that two persons going to Canada that left at the same time will not get there at the same time. Because there are some flights that have very long stopover. Some flights have short stopover. So now the longer the stopover, the cheaper the ticket. So for instance, someone is traveling, maybe between Lagos to Canada should have been at best, let's just say, let's say 12 hours. But do you know there are tickets that are 48 hours? So now those tickets that will last for 48, almost 2 days going to Canada will be very cheap. You get that now. So let's say, for instance, you bought the flight from Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos. The flight will stop at somewhere in Rome. Then when it gets to Rome, it takes another 20 hours before there will be a connecting flight from Rome to Toronto. Do you see that? So now your clients don't know this. You are the one who know. You tell the client, this ticket, the stopover is long. Do you want adjustment? That's why people who actually want to save time just get direct flight or direct ticket. Just if it's Egypt, if it's Qatar that is taking it or Turkey that is taking it, they take Turkey direct. They don't want connecting. And there is difference between stopover and layover. You must know that one. A similar case, someone sold tickets. That is where there is need for understanding time. Ticketing requires intelligence. The flight left 1 a.m. Nigerian time. Now, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. So when the flight will be, the airport will be stopping before the next connecting flight is going in. The flight got there at, let's say, 1 a.m. their own time. So it was late there. Now, if the connecting flight and the next flight that will be taking there will be coming at 9 a.m. You see that now. So now, what the client would have done is to advise what the agent would have done is to advise his client that there is a layover. Layover means you sleep at night. There is night. Do you get that now? So now they got there. everybody was coming down from the plane. The woman did not come down. She was thinking that that is their destination, that those ones who are alighting from the airline, that is actually their destination. Do you understand that? Now, not knowing that that is a layover. So everybody came out. The airline they boarded, checked everybody into hotels. So everywhere was filled up. So they were not like, it's like someone is there. So when they got said, Madam, calm down. So when she came down, there was nowhere to fix her. So will she now sleep outside? Apparently, she now started calling the agent. Yeah, what kind of stupid ticket did you give me? But remember, they will not tell you the truth. She's one who is at fault. Other people came down, you sat down there. They have given people hotels you don't have. That if the agent did not send her money to book hotel now. The stories are so funny. That if the agent did not send her money to book hotel now, that when she comes back to Nigeria, the agent should just know that it's prison. You will know these things, but they won't be our portion.
Amen.
And hotels in the airport, they will be sure expensive. I think a night for the hotel was $300. And the agent has to pay to avert her coming to Nigeria to meet him. So you just have to be extremely careful. Outside the transit visa issue, we have discussed, and so that is not a problem. All of us, we can't book ticket, they have transit visa. One of the major problems people have is transit visa. Most agents, they can't have all of this, but you see transit visa, they're always guilty of it. And once there's a transit visa is required, if your client does not have transit visa, he or she will not fly. They'll just send the person back home. And the ticket most times will be non-refundable. And when the client gets back with anger, I know a client now, a partner, he has not been going to work for the past 2 days. Why? Because the person he sold ticket is looking for him. You can say what you are getting yourself into makes rich. And it comes with plenty money and comes with so much trouble. So many trouble.
To avoid the troubles and make the money.
So it's better you leave trouble alone and make money. Because that is the most important. Like someone sold ticket today. I think on that ticket, she made about 350,000 just this morning, Nigerian time. And she's happy. She practically will not make that because she sold the ticket. She's a staff to a traveling company who are our partners. But when she got the deal, so the client chatted her up. So she just asked me that, please, Mr. Pai, can you get me so tickets? So what she gave the client and what I gave her, there was 350,000 naira difference. And do you know, she just made that, even her boss to this time is not aware. But God forbid, maybe she made a mistake and the client comes looking for them.
That's wala.
So that will be another problem. I know of a case where when the client came, he packed both the owner and the staffs. You get that? That client is in Abuja. I can still remember his office is in Barnes. The agent, the partner rather, is. So he was now calling me, saying, Mr. Patrick, I said, is everything all right? The way it was sounding. It's very difficult to see a man cry. Men, if it's a woman, you can say she's emotional. But this is a full-blown man, a father of 5 children, shedding tears profusely. He wasn't crying because he's in police cell or net. He was crying because when he remembered the amount.
The money was too much, Jesus. Most of the time, they usually the excess on top of it.
Yeah, the money, when he remembered the money was much. And it was not his own error, it was a staff error. So now that's why you have to be careful. He asked the staff to book the ticket. So the staff mistook one city for another city.
Jesus.
And now, even now, the worst is the client in question does not even understand the ticket. It's only, are you sure this ticket is correct? He says correct. The client stays in Abuja, boarded flight from Abuja to Lagos, even lodged in an hotel very close to Murtala Mohammed Airport. Now it's time because their departure was, I think, 2 a.m. in the morning. So needed to stay very close to the airport. So now they are now checking them in. When he got there, they said the ticket is not valid.
Jesus.
The destination is going that the airline does not go to that destination. Did you see that? So when in the morning, as it was done, the man boarded another flight as quick as he can to go and wait for them in their office with police. And the police were on mufti.
Wow.
As the stars were just opening, as the stars were resuming, he allowed them to be signing in. They will put when they resume. That's how police were pushing them to the van. And they collected all their phones, so they could not call the boss. Otherwise, he would have not have come. He would have just stayed where he was.
I will fly away now.
So unknowingly to him, he was coming as the boss that he is. Before Mr. So he said, we did not fly again. He said, you see who we fly. They flew him into the police van.
Oh God.
So, it's so funny, but victims don't smile. Victims shed tears.
But if you have done this for 5 years and you have never gotten into trouble, I won't get into trouble. In Jesus'
Certainly.
name. Amen.
Because, you know, the cure for every frustration is information. You can never fail at what you know. When you know something, you can't fail at it. Because you know it. So all of these things now, they are now building it so that tomorrow when you start issuing in no time now, there are certain problems you will not have. One of the issues with most persons is most persons went into the traveling business without taking any form of education.
Okay.
You get that? So, okay, I think there's money because travel agents are rich, to be candid. If you get to see travel agents, they make money, they are okay. So somebody will just have 1 million, say, what business can I start now? See, I think because he has been seeing travel agents, all of them driving cars, living luxurious lifestyle. You say traveling business. Went, get him CAC for 10,000, business name even. Go and rent an office, 250K. Now use the other 700 to furnish this. Every exhaust looking is glittering. Zero knowledge. Doesn't know the rudiments. And boom, a client came because he or she is praying. You know something about God? God will also help you to get into trouble.
Is that God that helps you?
Okay, now look at the Bible. The Bible said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. They have gone into captivity because they don't have no understanding. Because if you don't know, ignorance will expose you. Even Bible tells us that wisdom is the principal. So don't ever get to do anything on common sense. Common sense will at best give you common results. That's why before you go into any business, at least spend a maximum of 6 months learning. Don't just assume you know. Because assumption will always lead to confusion. And some confusions will come. You will regret ever venturing into that business in the first place. So those are some of the challenges. So because she's praying, God give me clients, anointings or our office, boom, a client came. So when the clients came, he said, I want to buy tickets. And the first ticket he sold will be like 12 million. And as the devil will have it now, not God. As the devil will have it, he makes mistake.
12 million,
he just started. Do you know we have sold you can sell ticket to the tune of 50 million.
I don't understand.
Let me give you an instance. there is a service we are going to discuss in our next section called chartered flights. You too can be selling chartered flight. That is where all the money is. For instance, you are taking 117 persons to places like Bahamas. Because those places, there are no airlines that can go there. And getting a Caribbean ticket, if you want a Caribbean pass, is as low as $200. And you get it in less than 30 minutes.
Wow.
So there are agents, that is just what they do. So when those agents get as many clients as possible, those clients will not be able to fly. You can't go to places like Haiti, like Fiji, like St. Kitts and Nevis, Barbados, Dominican, Panama, Nicaragua. All of these places are free visa entry for Nigerians. All you need at the time is just most likely, you just need maybe apparently just $200 on your flight ticket. And it's something you can go the same day. If you have the money, you can still go to Barbados today. So now, by the time they get those clients, they need a chartered flight that will convert them. Do you see that now? So there are the clients, there are some partners who sell only chartered flight services. The same flight ticket you are selling, there are some of our partners that are selling chartered flights. For instance, on the 9th of this month, someone took 117 persons to Barbados.
Wow. That's a
And
lot of money.
on each person, he made 400,000 naira. So go and do the math. 400,000 on each. 400,000 on the tickets alone. And the health insurance, he got all of them paid into $200 for health insurance. And he ended up paying us $50 for it. So he saved how much? $150. And he made 400 times 117. And to further even get to tell you how he makes more money, since all of them are not coming back, so we only got them ticket for what? For departure. So all of them were carrying a pass for dummy tickets. So their return, they are not returning. Do you see that? And so the funds on their return, he still took it to himself. So that's why you can just see somebody in less than a few minutes can just make millions. And you'll be wondering, is it not the same business we are doing? It's the same business, but they are flying with different informations. The information they are flying with are not the same information you are flying with at the time. So you might be thinking, but is it not the same traveling agency? There's only chartered flight they do. At least every year he organizes 5 chartered flights in a year. Less stress. And you see them basking in wealth, just making money here and there. So all of these things are information. We'll learn that in our next class. And sometimes some people could come to you that they need a group ticket. So you can say group ticket for 10 persons. Both to and fro, each person is paying 4 million. That is 40 million. And maybe your profit on each person is 300K times 10. You just made 3 million.
Wow.
Do you see that now? So ticketing has so much, but it comes with so much trouble if you don't know the rudiments of the business. So, and that is more reason why before engaging yourself, you have to be pretty sure that every information you are entering is absolutely correct. And beyond being correct also, beyond the fact that it is correct, you should still be double sure that what you are doing at the time is right. You get that?
But
because,
sorry, but all of this is once it's one-on-one. But if it's online, one will not face all of this.
Yeah, if it's online, you don't have issues. So it's the client's issue. Do you get that? Because if the client don't enter this information by himself, you know you are safe. But a situation whereby a client came up to you, the client consulted you, you are the consultant. So because you are the consultant, if anything goes wrong, it must be you.
It's your problem. Okay. I get that now.
You get that now. So that is more reason why you should be extremely careful. As a matter of fact, be too careful. Don't outsource it to a friend. Don't tell your friend to issue. Don't tell your staff to issue. It's better you sit up and issue yourself. Like the man in Barnes I told you, they packed him and his staffs.
I'll never
But
forget
it's as
the idea. I'll never forget
okay.
the idea of send the link back to the person to reaffirm
Yeah,
before
that will
booking.
save you so much stress.
I will
But
never
some of
forget
them will
that.
still reaffirm and still deny at the end. So
And
that
that
is
will
why
now
if
be my problem.
yeah, so that
After the
some
person is
persons,
affirmed,
do you know some people are so financially buoyant that they can deal with anybody.
that's true. That's true.
So you might be right, but because they have the means, you are wrong.
Yeah, I get your point.
So
That's
that the
Nigeria.
only way you can ensue is when you also put it in. If anybody who comes to your office, that's why you should have a form your clients fill. Whether they want to buy ticket, they want to do visa. We'll talk about visas later in our sections. Let them fill form. Let all of your dealings be legalized with signatures to show. If need be, go and get office stamps, stamp it and sign. So that if he comes back with trouble, at least you have a legal backing.
Go
You
back.
can tender, he signed it, or he signed it, he agreed. So I'm not the one at fault. Otherwise, you might get into trouble. Another thing you should not forget is there are different classes in the plane. There are economy, like if you can see my screen, economy premium, there's business, there's first class.
Yes.
A particular story was told. The client requested for first class, paid the amount, the agent issued economy.
Sure.
You get that now? Because the
Mm-hmm.
economy will be cheaper. So this was fraud. The client issued, paid you to do, say, can I get a first class ticket, Lagos to London? The agent gave him the fare for, I think it was 8 point something million, collected the money, now went and booked economy for 920 something thousand.
Abba. Abba. That's not
Now,
fair.
people could be funny. The man got gorgeously dressed, excited and happy. He's going to meet top people in the plane. He's going to share
Yeah.
ideas because there are only in every
People buy
plane,
first
even
class.
if it's A380 that has 1,000 passengers, can only carry 15 first class. There can only be 15 passengers for the first class cabin.
Mm.
So he's always excited. Oh, now that I'm using first class, I might meet a prominent person, a business associate, a partner.
Mm.
He got to the counter. He was checked in joyfully. He was just waiting for the plane so that they will start boarding. He was going to first class. He said, I paid for first class. They said, look at your ticket. This ticket is economy. Oh, yeah. It was not even economy. It was not even premium economy. It was economy with
Economy.
pressure. Economizing economy. They gave him the back seat close to the toilet.
Jesus.
He didn't say anything. He boarded. You think if he gets back to Nigeria and meet the agent, they will...
No,
Your
but
guess is
that's
as
one.
good as mine.
The guy
Yeah,
should be
so
the
you
person should be arrested.
certainly. So you too, you need to ask questions. Because some clients will tell you, I'm going to Lagos to London. They don't specify the cabin. No, what will come to your mind is what? Economy.
Yes.
Basically, we all know that most people will fly economy. So, but you ask
Mm.
questions. What cabin? What class are you using? Are you using economy? Is it economy premium? Is it business or first class? Then you get them economy. The client will say, when I say Lagos to London, I was thinking it's business. Whereas the client did not tell you that he did not mention the class, and you did not ask. You got him or economy, and the person is insisting that it was business class she paid you for. What
Mm.
will you do?
You upgrade it.
In upgrading it, whose money will you use?
That's true. And you already paid for. Oh, that's true.
So you'll be insisting that I paid you for business, a me enter economy. I can't enter economy. That's when they'll start speaking English. I can't. Do I look like someone who would take economy?
Ah. Ah.
And from there, you might start going into debt. Because if you want to upgrade from economy to business, you might spend no less than 2 point something million.
Jesus.
Can you see? Ticketing makes people rich, but it has kept some people behind bars.
But when they pay the money back, they get out of bars, Abi.
Yeah, but you can't pay the money. Wherever you are going to source the money from, you are still owing people, especially when it's not your money. It's a debt you never planned for, and it's something you will pay. So it's better you don't even get into debt. Just be enjoying the profits.
Yes.
Don't take the sorrows. Let the sorrows go to whoever is going to. Shouldn't be your lot.
Amen. Oh, in Jesus' name.
Amen. But when you know it, you can't be a victim. So today now, at least for most part of the errors, you now understand them. So let's do our first search. Let's do Lagos to London. Remember the last time we spoke, I told you should ask for cities and all, and there are IATA codes. So that is what you use to search. Can you see Lagos is LOS? You can see Murtala Mohammed. London is LHR. Can you see now? Mind you, there is not Heathrow is not the only airport in London, right? In UK, there are several airports in UK. You get that now. So you should ask questions very well. Because some persons, if they are not supposed to go to Heathrow and you take them to Heathrow, you have to pay for the cab or the car that will be taking them from that airport to another airport. So we still have to be careful. Any time that leads you is not appropriate. So let's assume our client is going on a one-way. He or she has a British passport, either a student visa or a work visa. It's not tourist now. Then how many passengers are going? You can see adults plus 12 years and above. A child is, and a passenger is considered to be a child or to be in the category of children between 2 years and 11 years. Infants are below 2 years. You get that now. Now look at another below 2 years, yeah. So now look at another challenge. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes. Do infants pay for flights?
Sure, they do.
They don't,
Everybody, they do. Everybody on board pays, certainly. But an infant cannot fly without an adult. A child cannot fly. If a child will fly without an adult, then that must be a special request. Maybe it's going back to school and all. You get that now. But infants pay. Another instance now, watch. A woman was flying with her daughter. Look at this case now. It can happen to anybody. The girl will be 12 years, 3 weeks to the departure.
Okay.
So now they got a ticket for child 2 to 11 because she's still 11, right? She's not yet 12. So now in 4 weeks' time, that's when they are departing. So they got the ticket a month ahead, and they get celebrated about the few days to departure. You not see that when they got to the airport, she gave them an international passport. They said, "You are an adult. Why are you using why do you use children tickets?" They say she will not fly.
Hi. Just a week.
Not even a week, just few days, like 2 to 3 days. She's just 2 to 3 days over 11. She's now 12 days, 12 years and few days old.
Wow.
But mind, when the agent booked it, she was still 11 years.
11 years.
So now, but because the agent did not bring calculations to book, apparently when the mother will go there, when these people go there, you will pay. It's not what concerns them. That's when they'll tell you, why did you not advise us? Why did you not advise us?
Oh God. Oh God.
And that's where you now know that
I was
I would
cut
have.
off for a while.
Okay,
Hello, sir.
sorry about that. Yeah, I can
I
hear
was cut
you.
off for a while and we have lost part of the recordings. I don't know.
Ah,
And just few of us here. We will have to reschedule this class.
the issue with me is timing and all.
Probably we have like 3 people that are supposed to get onboarded so that we also join them and take it together again.
Okay, no problem. So maybe we'll have
Yes,
that
sir.
again.
Thank you,
So
sir.
tomorrow it's fine. It's okay. So now don't forget that now. So adults, so let's assume it's one adult. So it's checked and it's economy. Just search. We are going to be practical now. These are the practicals where you are going to see when. Okay, now the question now is if a client comes to your office and give you itinerary, how will you book it as an agent? Remember, the client did not buy from your website. The client came to your office and said, I'm going to so and so place and all. Do you see that now?
Yes.
So what you do as an agent, you don't have to log into anything. You can say, I'm not logging as a customer. I'm not logging as an agent. I'm not logging as a supplier. I just bought. And your customers who can buy directly like this. Do you see that now? So Lagos to London on the 17th. Matt Wendy has it for 675,000. Do you see that now? So
Yes.
now another problem clients we have with you again is the airline. There are some clients some clients cannot board with certain airlines. They have been banned from those airlines.
Okay.
They will not tell you. Like a case I once heard, the man has been banned from entering Air France. So he wanted to travel to another destination. They now gave him Air France again. He will not fly. And if he doesn't fly, he will come back for his money.
Meanwhile, he didn't tell you that.
Most of them will not tell. These people are problematic. You just have to know clients are troublesome. If anything goes wrong, it must be your fault. They are never at fault. If anything goes wrong, then it must be your fault. That's why you must avoid things from going wrong by getting legal documents to back every transaction.
Mm.
You get that? Because if there are no legal documents, anybody can just molest you with the law. But when you have documents to show, you don't even need too much money to defend yourself. There are evidence. Everybody can see you signed it, or guy, he said they signed it. Now, what are you now saying? Even the law will support you. But when there are no documents, you're using your mouth to explain. The client will deny everything. You'll be shocked. Even if it's your pastor, when 6 million, where do you want to go and get the money again? You know, when money is involved, there is no religion. All of us are without religion when it comes to money.
It is well.
So, but you say, Sister Taiwo, I thought you were a Christian. There is no Christian there. You will tire the money out. That's just what she cares about. So now, if the client wants Royal Maroc, the fact that the ticket is cheap does not mean it's the best.
Okay.
Don't say, I think 675 Royal Maroc is cheap. I think let's buy that one. No. Go and look at information about the ticket. So if you look at this ticket, it's Royal Maroc is direct. So he's leaving in the morning, Murtala Mohammed. Then it will get to Casablanca, that is Morocco. It will get to Morocco by 10 a.m. Now, who can tell me? You can see there is a waiting time of about 3 hours, 10 minutes. Did you see that?
Yes.
So you can see a departure date. Look at the time. So now they got to Casablanca by 10. They are now leaving Casablanca to Heathrow by 1:40 a.m. Do you see that now?
Yes.
So you also have to understand the dates, understand the time. And again, look at this client can only go with 2 baggage. Some of them, they have packaged all the things they want to go and eat. Like, so I know a client who was leaving for Canada. The food she will eat for the next 6 months, she has squeezed it into bags. She said she can never leave Ewedu. Nah, she said Ewedu, she must be eating Ewedu there. She thought he's a boss. They know if it's boss, you can any bag you carry, they'll put it. But airlines have rules. You can't carry, there are certain percentage, there are certain things you can carry. There are certain bags you can carry. So this airline will only allow you to carry 2 pieces. That is 2 kg, about 23 kg bags. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So if the client is carrying 10 bags, there's still no problem, there's space. But the client have to pay for those extra luggages. But in the case where you did not tell the clients, then the clients now use lorry or van or truck and move all of our things to Murtala Mohammed Airport. And when he or she gets there, they want to start boarding. He now said all these things must enter. And they said, sorry, madam, you can only go with 2 bags. I said, 2 bags, bow. Where do you want me to put these things? You might still get into trouble that way. So ask questions. Try to explain. So now, if we are booking these tickets now, so I'll click book now. So what is asking me now is to enter information. So what I'll do at the time is, let's just enter a random information. So first name is random. Last name is name. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Then email, let me use my own email. Okay, phone number. Now address, let's just use a random address. Now it's asking for the country. If this person is a Nigerian, select Nigeria. Very simple, Nigeria. Nationality, you can be in Nigeria. Okay, I'm in the US, but I'm not a citizen of the United States. I'm still a citizen of Nigeria. So nationality, my nationality is still Nigeria, despite where I am. So you enter that. Now the next is travelers information. So now this is another thing. Let me ask a question. Without passports, the name Favor will most likely be mistaken for what gender?
Female.
Female should be Favor, but female can also, okay, there's a very particular case. The client name is Blessing Inwachuku. The general conventional Blessing should be a female.
Yes.
Yes.
But there are some males who are Blessing.
Yeah, blessed, blessing, like that.
Yeah, there's a male I know, his name is Blessing. There's a male I know, his name is Faith.
Yes. Yes. I have one in my family, is Faith.
So now you can imagine, now let's say Faith Samson or Faith Dauda wants to book tickets. What will come to the agent's mind? Madam
Female.
Faith.
Yeah.
Madam Faith. So you now say Mrs. You now put Faith, and whereas this person is a man. Do you know this person will not fly? Because this impersonation of character, your ticket say you are a female and you are coming as a man. It's logic and common sense. Will you?
The Hermaphrodite now.
Abby.
Don't specify. Don't specify.
Or transgender.
Yeah.
Do you understand that now? So you have to ask questions. That's why I just ask them to send you the data page of their passports. Okay. If they send the data page of their passport, all the informations are there. Because what the onboarding officer will use is their passport. They will check the information on the ticket against their passport. So if you enter what is on their passport is correct. Because I know someone, his name is Steven Ombugadu, that is his name. But in his passport, his name is Desmond. Do you see that now? So if you know that you have always known to be Steven, you don't wait and put Steven. And when then they are boarded, they say Desmond. He said, Desmond, are you Desmond? He said, no. He said, oh, sorry, the passport said he's Desmond. The ticket said he's Steven, sorry. Will you fly the person if it's you? You can't. You say, what are you saying? So we have to be careful. Ticketing has made so many people rich. and it has also made so many people to be languishing in pains and sorrow. So now I'm trying to enter
Sorry,
the
sir.
information.
I'll be going off now. My battery is really running down.
Okay, no problem. So maybe after this, now tomorrow we'll just do practicals only. So those who are joining will just learn the practicals. How about that?
Sir?
I say
The issue
maybe
is that I might not be able to the recordings cannot continue.
and tomorrow is just solely practicals.
What those that missed? Okay, well, let me see with the recordings I'm able to get when my system
Yeah, the
comes
few
up.
you're able, you share with them. But tomorrow we'll just do practicals so that we have so much people in the house. Because practicals, you can't just watch practical and know it. It's most
Yes,
experience, it's best enjoyed when you attended it.
yes, sir. And we'll just do maybe. Okay, sir. No problem. No problem.
So
No
tomorrow, let's
problem.
just have same time tomorrow. Practically, it's just for practicals. So we are just going to do practical for tomorrow.
What time?
Same time. Because this is my lunch time. Yeah.
Okay, same time. 8 p.m. Okay. Okay. Are we going
So,
off now?
yeah, we will now. So, and Madam Ngozi, Madam Awe, everybody will join. A big thanks to all of you. So
Thank you.
Thank
So
you
now,
very
much.
much,
but the
sir.
advantage you
I'm
have
sorry.
is there are certain things, yeah. No, there are certain things you guys know now and others we know now. Because tomorrow I'm not saying all this. Tomorrow we'll just do the practical. Tomorrow might just be an
But
just to
sir,
see
we
when a
might
client comes to
have
your
to
office,
do a
what do you
little
do?
recap.
Okay, no
Sorry,
problem. I'll
but you can still
recap, but I won't go in
send
detail.
the recorded one for us, please. No,
Yes,
I
the
joined
ones I'm
late.
able to.
Okay,
I was
that will be fine.
cutting there. The network was cutting me off. So
Yes, but can please
I
send
will.
it to
Oh,
us,
sorry
please.
about
No problem. I will gather the ones that we am
no
able to get.
problem.
Then we'll send it. So from there, we'll know which one we did not get, and then maybe the area he need to help us go back to read again. So I'll be adding 3 people to the group later on. Guess when my phone comes up.
Okay, that will be fine.
Thank
No
you, sir.
problem. So tomorrow practicals only. Then a few
Okay.
recap. Thanks, guys. I sincerely appreciate
All right.
everyone.
All
Thank you so
right.
Good
much.
night
Good night to our
over
Nigerian
there.
participants and happy
Yeah,
Thank you.
work.
yeah,
Have a lovely night. Thank
yeah,
you so
over
much.
there.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
good night.
Bye.
Yeah.